And now Talia, one-on-one with Nia Tolliver. Almost crept up a little high, but did well, did Tolliver. Brazil asking some early questions of this USA defence as Kakan has created a nice little bit of space on the wraparound here as Suarez being chased by Cedric, turning her one way and the other. Yasmin Suarez had Spiff Cedric turned inside out, and it's Brazil who strike first. Grabs her around the waist, getting very close to that sideline. Did well to stay in, did Silva. Back they come again, do Brazil. Costa again. So awake to the threat, aren't they, of her at the USA. Kinnett and Sullivan. Sullivan trying to get on this. They'll win possession here, the US. And quick tap from Kayla Kinnett. She's got a couple of players with her. Here's Spiff Cedric trying to go and goes around the outside. Great strength from Cedric, and then she's got the pace to finish it off. The hero of the bronze medal match in Paris, Spiff Cedric, extends the USA's lead. Close that gap up to New Zealand and Australia at the top and couldn't do so. This is a strong USA team as it comes away for Kinnett. Cedric will work in midfield now. And here's some space really for Harry Ramsey, and we haven't seen her. Costa's going to try and chase that. Look at the determination on the face of Talia Costa. Harry Ramsey having to grit her teeth and is going to have just enough territory and gas to get there and bust open Brazil. Hidden, he wanted to get on with it and couldn't do so. Now she does. Away it comes for New Zealand. First touch with ball in hand. First big ball over the top for Michaela Brake, and she's going to get on the score sheet as she keeps her feet superbly well. This brilliant athlete strikes after a long period of fence. Michaela Brake scores.
265 in the bank for Michaela Brake, but it came from this nice work at the breakdown. 22 passes they had straight away. The Chinese team, they couldn't do anything.
As long as she could after losing the footing. Poldy Lane. Now Nuku, his China shot up out the line, and now here's Poldy Lane again, stepping her own teammates, and then looking to release Brake with a nice kind bounce as well, and then, oh, a little goosey from Michaela Brake, swats one, and then finds Mahina Paul up on the inside. New Zealand is staying in support, always alive to the options, and it's Mahina Paul who finishes it. Takes 3 to stop her eventually. And away it comes again, all on the turnover from Maya Davis. Setefano braced herself for contact and did well to get it away to Felix Hotham, and then that jagged angled run which she so likes to set it up for Mahina Paul, who'll be able to make up for the early mistake, dropping that clean pass, and now Mahina Paul gets her second try. Good retention of possession from the Chinese as it goes with Hu Yu now, and then the switch for Wang Yu. Nice little offload as well. Support play is excellent from China, and they've got Brazil really on the chase defensively here. And now getting away is De Jinrong, and she has got gas. Great top end speed. Costa's got plenty, but not that close to the line, and China hit that through De Jinrong. Brazil hard against their own uprights here. Real danger zone, but they've got an ability to release some players on the edge with footwork like this, and away scoots Yasmin Suarez. Cover defence coming across, but the change of direction, the balance, this nippy little edge player now just been waiting for a moment to strike, and strike she does. Yasmin Suarez. Scrum feed comes away, and it's quickly, swiftly into the hands of Talita, who dishes a nice little offload to her twin sister on the outside, and there's just this determination, this will to want to score, to do it for her team time after time after the time. The sisters combine, and Talia Costa, who else with the finish?
Captain of the side, and they're not afraid to attack from anywhere on the pitch. Or the Black Ferns, they've really found a way to be able to do something crazy. And are we going to say that Michaela Brake breaks the line? Yes, we are. She makes it look so easy, and within 20 seconds of the first match, or their second match of the day rather, Michaela Brake adds another to her name.
Yeah, you can't give that young lady an inch, and the US made the mistake of giving her too much space, not closing down
with Christy Kershey, but they still have ball in hand, do the Black Ferns, and look at that. Felix Hotham just striding away, but caught up by Ariana Ramsey, and she had to let go. She had to make a decision about which player to tackle. They've gone through the hands. Sarah Hirni didn't get one in the previous match. She gave it away, and she's getting closer to 300 to Sarah Hirni. Gets up high and flies high to the Eagles. They need to get hands on ball. They've had absolutely zero possession, and they've not had any possession in this woman's hands. Tolliver, who shrugged off one of the Black Fern defenders and opted to try and beat them on the outside. And we spoke about Jasmine Felix-Hotham, who had no right to go around the middle, and Nia Tolliver had no right to score that try.
No right whatsoever, but she did.
Yeah, well, flexing their muscles and smiles all around. This is what it looks like. New Zealand top of the table, USA, Brazil, China on 0, all to play for tomorrow. Valentine Lotos, rather Christians who's on the outside. Talia Costa, what can she do? Well, that's one thing. Can't get hands on her defensively, and they've got a 2-on-1, do the French. Christians just chilling, finding some space, and eventually tackle not made, had to make the tackle, and the first points on the board for France.
Christians it was going to get the score, but it was set up by the superstar Romain Ménager with the left-hand fend. How good is that? So strong. And what that did, it drew in 2 defenders, 3 in fact for Great Britain. There's the overlap, nice drawn pass. I thought she was going to stop here, but needed to back itself, and she did. The Christians, what a start from France.
Allow the defense of the French to reset. Now trying to take on the outside. Georgie Lingham, who had a brilliant run up in this first half, does get the points for mum, dad, granddad, and grandma. Get the heart away, and that's how you want to start. And that came all the way from their own 22. Bit of a swivel left and right. They do come right though. Dejoux, Lily Dejoux, trying to get a fend in, and then the offload in contact to Christians, who's already got a try to her name. Neeson, Dejoux again, the one-off tackles, and eventually running out of numbers. Oh, the GB women, and Alicia Christians is going to go over for her brace. It's been 1 for 1 so far. Fling back onto the inside for the Irish women, who are taking some heavy contact around breakdown area, and that's been ripped out of Kingan's hands. And now an opportunity for Fiji, and it is too good from the Fijians. Those one-on-one tackles by the Fijiana at the moment, so a lot of pressure being applied and a bit of acceleration into a lot of space, and that's going to be Robin O'Connor. The sweeper, the flyer, Robin O'Connor, and we said they had to be the first to score in the second half, and they do.
And more importantly, right underneath the horns.
And there's only 2 points in it. A misconversion is all it is, and what they look at the defensive work by the Fijiana. Are they going to look to try and get more points before Dita Vutu has gone? Going. Dita Vutu completely seals out the game for the Fijians. As the head coach of this Great Britain side, a lot of opportunity, it's allowed to bounce, and the pickup is even better from Lauren Torley. Lauren Torley with the fin, and they're going to go 1-2. Great Britain, and the lead gets extended by 5. Always in support, one of the hardest workers on the pitch, and Wilson Hardy gets there for the seal. Another penalty. Norman Bell wants to go. Brown. Crompton, Grace Crompton looking for the one-on-one. And 1+1 doesn't make 4, but it does make Grace Crompton. That extends Great Britain's lead. She's going to get the full 5. Ball still on the side, and now Alana Fitzpatrick always looking for the cut. And Alana Fitzpatrick is so strong, but Isla Norman Bell's coming from the left-hand side. Where did she come from to make that tackle? Such a pivotal tackle. Isla Norman Bell, but they do still have ball in hand. They've got numbers. Can't overcommit too many people to the breakdown, because then that's going to happen. Try time for Ireland, and it's going to be Kathy Baker who gets her first of the weekend. She stays on her feet really well and trying to get a penalty, and penalty they do. Neeson wants to go quickly, gets back to the mark and gets everyone into play. Fiafia Lotu on the space on the outside. Alicia Christian scored one just a few minutes ago, but unselfishly gives it back. And Fia Lotu, the 24-year-old, gets in for hers. Still within their own 22 though, but making a couple meters. Now the penalty comes. High tackle, wants to go quickly. Turoti, and the offload just too good. And Cesanieli Donu, the Olympian, is going to get into her stride. And look at the stride length, running straight into the Fijian fans. This is the exact way they wanted to start the second half. Now sizing up the options, just a bit of a reset for France after what was frantic play. Neeson, Deju, back onto the inside, looking for a defender, looking for support, and who else other than the woman who got them there? Hawa Tukara gets in for her brace. Pool B matches. France will top the table for the day. Great Britain on their heels though, with Fiji all into play. Unfortunately for Ireland, not the weekend that they, or not the day that they would have wanted. So all to play for tomorrow.
Now here's Carmen Isaac, one of the newcomers this season, and her first touch. Fancy Bermudez looking to release the Rookie of the Year, Carissa Alston, last year. Close to the line. And it's Bermudez who just uses that strength. It's a wonderful start for Canada and Fancy Bermudez. Japan to use. As they now look to open up, and there's the switches and cuts we see, and it's fallen in the hands of Bermudez, and she's going to get a first half double in the opening couple of minutes. Fancy Bermudez, quickest to swoop on the loose ball, and she gets a second. And Japan want to get on with things quickly through Utsumi. Just the start that Japan are looking for is a desperate dash for the corner. And an opening try in the opening 20 seconds of the second half for Honoko Sutumi. As I say, average age 21 in this Australian team. But they've had a lot of sevens experience despite that, and that absolutely shows. That is a wonderful ball right up the middle for this tough, hard-running Australian. Ruby Nicholas cuts a really good track up the middle. She's made a good fist in her early stages of the career. Ruby Nicholas on the board for Australia. Australia, now they look to get it out to Levi. Just get to that outlet rather than muscling around through the middle. Just find her. Get the ball in her hands and let us do that.
Yeah, it's just easy work from Maddi Levi, as usual. You see a bunch of tired players.
And then Levi looking for a hat trick. She scores in multiples on many, many occasions, and she's done that again here. She'll finish the scoring, and it'll be half a ton up for Australia. A hat trick for Maddi Levi, 52 points on the board. Eventually able to get it away. Here goes Japan, where they can be so dangerous and so lively on these edges. And away they scoot again, racing away downfield. And just like that, they can go so quickly end to end. Honoko Sutsumi, she's in great try-scoring form this weekend already. And strikes straight back for the Japanese. And another back-to-back penalties. Japan were guilty of conceding penalties in their opener against Canada, and it's been able to march Spain upfield. And again, Moate looking to try and make the most of it. Here goes Garcia, the experienced player, bumping off bodies, pushing through a couple, popping the ball, the offload. The support was outstanding from Marta Cantabrana, as it so often is, and Spain strike back. And now they look to straighten up again, looking for that space, and they're going to find it once more. Spain throwing themselves at Japanese attackers. Okamoto still there for the Japanese, and now cutting back in the angle. A well-worked, hard-worked try, and that is going to put Japan in front as Yukino Sujisaki right from their own in goal. The contest in the air and then get an ugly bounce. Nicholas does really well. So here's some possession for Canada and Flo Simon. She's got Livia Apps on the wraparound, and Carmen Isaac as well. And here's Fancy Bermudez, who scored 2 tries in the opening match. She's strong and she's up to the 22. Fabulous start for Canada if they can capitalise on this early possession in territory. Simons for Epps. The captain finds a big hole, and Canada cut the Australians up early. That is a fabulous start for the Canadian team and the captain, Olivia Epps. Conversion goes over for Australia, 7-5. Oh, the restart contest is a good one. But this time it does come for Australia, and so now Australia just with a little bit of that momentum. Lovely flat ball rather, from Tegan Levi to her sister. One edge and then the other, and Madison Levi does what Madison Levi does. Tries on each edge, and she's put Australia's advantage out further. 14-10. Getting towards half-time. Still plenty to go though. Oh, that's a great charge from Bella-Nasser. The two captains going toe-to-toe. It's Axis trying to drag Nasser down. Had to use the full weight of her body, and that is brilliant over the ball. No, it's not. It's a penalty. Came from the wrong position. I thought she'd done it superbly, Fancy Bermudez. Now Nathan Levi, evasive footwork, and then just about stretching every inch of her body for another hat-trick. Hat-trick in the first game and a first-half hat-trick here. 189 tries in 25 World Series tournaments. Madison Levi overtaking Charlotte Caslick as Australia's all-time leading try scorer, and she's helped put her team at the top of Pool C after they finish out here.